Yes.
We've been witnessing a migration of entrepreneurial initiatives and a drain outside the country. That's let alone the brain drain. The brain drain is on the individual level, but what is really even more harmful to our local economy in Lebanon is the drain of entrepreneurial ventures. Okay. And we've been seeing a lot of that happening in the ever since the crisis started back in 2019, 2020. Do you think the reforms are too late to be acted upon, or do we still have time to probably accelerate and fast track those reforms and maybe attract some of those ventures that have migrated outside the country to come back?
To come back. Yes, I believe that once we have something initiated, probably also people are leaving. I know we have a brain drain, but we're still here. You are here, I'm here, and I'm sure that there are a lot of people who are still supporting, still supporting the each other, supporting different opportunities that we can build together. Reforms at any time they would come. I'm confident that there are a lot of Lebanese of all ages that would come back from all the regions that are ready to come back. We will need reforms. We will need better access to our funds. I'm not talking about the funds that are still in the banks. I'm talking access to funding, a proper access to funding. It could be like totally new money coming in, but at least allowing us to have this total new money coming in. So this is very important. If we go into the bureaucratic challenges that we see, these bureaucratic challenges can be reduced somehow, like giving us a minimum leeway of freedom again. I'm very confident that the Lebanese will come back. Probably some will start investing while keeping what they have outside of the country, which is very normal. Eventually, we're all human.
It's very healthy. I think that is a healthy.
Absolutely.
That's a quality. I would see that more of a quality and an advantage of Lebanese entrepreneurs who manage to establish their ventures outside Lebanon. They can actually keep what they have established successfully and just establish an extended arm of that business in Lebanon and hire Lebanese talents and contribute to the growth of the entrepreneurial ecosystem and the national economy as a whole.
Absolutely.
So we're not inviting anyone to shut down their operations abroad.
At all. Eventually, they would bring in a new experience and a new way of seeing things, because when exposed to anything that is outside of the country, what you see something new, you see a different culture, a different way of doing business, probably not being stuck in one same environment. This would enlarge our spirits, our minds, our way of thinking. This back in would give us even more like a larger opportunity to move forward, which is, I guess, amazing.
Indeed, and back on the diversity, Ilda, and locally within Lebanon, do you see entrepreneurs now because you communicate with entrepreneurs on almost a daily basis? Do you see them having diversity top of mind? And if they do they see diversity as a competitive advantage? Or do they see it more of a burden or a national or a social cause that they have to just support?
Well, if I look at it from an NGO perspective, we have now going on in entrepreneurship training, mentorship, coaching. I tried this time through the proposal we wrote and the way we are actually working on it, started working on it. We are introducing a new way, let's say, of providing these trainings. We have like 25 women now. We have two groups. The first group has started. 25 women are all there, like working on their own businesses, but they along the rest of the women who are actually within the program. Create committees that would help that, also helping the business of the other women who are totally and completely different, and some who are the same. This is where we come in and we bring in all these different ages. We have youth who are in their early 20s, and we have women in their 50s. So they're all put together. It's a challenge, but it's a mix that has started to show like positive impact. And these committees that they have created, we're bringing in the competitive advantage because someone is seeing the business from one side, let's say from a creative perspective of the business, whereas somebody else wants to work in recycling and the third one working on patisserie, on cakes and what have you. And then together, and they have to learn from everything that they have, the way they see their audience, the way they see let's say the approach to problem to and all of this. This is bringing in like innovative services, innovative products. This is pushing them to actually move in a different, let's say, direction sometimes. And being there with them is really exciting. Despite the fact that I've been working for more than 32, 33 years, I'm still seeing like, learning and seeing things differently because I see some innovative solutions. We have also some cultural insights. Like, it's people are different, brought in together also will help to tailor products and services differently, whether to the local market in general, and some of them are ambitious and they're, let's say, exporting their products to outside of the country, not only to Lebanese, but also to various nationalities. And looking at that, it's all bringing in like a creativity boost, So you have like unique ideas, you have sometimes apply, other that we cannot, because when you get into creativity, it's not always applicable, but we might apply like something smaller and then like grow it until it becomes what they're looking for. And I think through all of this, what we could get is a broad market appeal, like we have like different inclusive marketing strategy, a wider audience, probably, and hopefully bringing in a brand loyalty to Lebanon, like to Lebanese products, because now and again, what we're seeing is more this feeling of belonging, and wanting to actually like buy these Lebanese products. And this is amazing, when you see the Lebanese companies working through this, within this environment and through all of this way of thinking.
Indeed,
I don't know if I
has been
answered.
happening. Yeah, you did quite nicely. What has been, happening over the course of the last 2 or 3 years, Lami, innovation that is driven by necessity is creating nearly, miracles, things that we never thought they will be produced locally, and now they are becoming localized, local products and offerings. And regardless of whether this was triggered by a crisis or not, what we're seeing today and what we're enjoying today is the positive impact of the crisis. Which again will feed positively into the economy and the human capital of the country, the national human capital of the country. So this has created a wave of and a drive of made in Lebanon that I think is only becoming even more serious. And as people are realizing the commercial yield of such ventures, I think even more people are joining the club.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I was traveling a few weeks ago, and I've met different people, and people who knew that we had, people who knew that we had the crisis. It's not something hidden and all of that. And what they were able to tell and what they were able to say and what they were able to see is like Lebanese people during these years or since 2019 and moving forward, we lost hope at some point. We lost it for a while, but then we were able to regain it, and really, really fast again. And this is the positive effect of the crisis in many ways, but this is who we are, and this is what we are deep down. And this had brought us back, let's say, stronger. I know that we still need, we talked about the challenges and we talked about what should change and about reforms and about probably a different way and all of this. But this has brought us back on a different, let's say, perspective of how we want to do business. And this is the Made in Lebanon. And this is what has given us like an additional challenge, if I may put it, just to prove that we can do it. Whatever it is, however it comes, we will. And I'm confident that we will. This is why I'm sure that the brain drain eventually will not become a drain. It will drain back from over there and come back to us.
I couldn't agree more, Ilda. And I think really the country is ripe for growth at any point in time in the future. Okay, so
Yes.
so we just need to sustain and continue to persevere until that moment in time arrives. Thank you for all these various really perspectives, Ilda. And going back to the angel investment
Yes.
dynamics, okay.
Yes.
A lot of the developments in Lebanon are actually becoming, as you rightly said, inclusive by design and diverse by design. So in terms of inclusion and diversity, I think the two have already mainstreamed, at least in many levels and across many categories of actors within the ecosystem. And so how do you see angel investment contributing to this movement and to the recovery of the country?
Okay, so first of all, I think we need to create the proper awareness and the proper pipeline for them to understand where we stand and actually to show them what are like the key issues where they can contribute, where they can actually be supportive, whether it's from an education side, some would like I'm sure would like to offer their own experience, and also how they could be funding all of any opportunity or entrepreneurs and how they could help in driving innovation. So we also need to show them like, let's say, have our own efforts to identify, to support, to connect them with like diverse entrepreneurs that are not just directed into one or two sectors, but diverse sectors. You know, so by creating these awareness campaigns, by highlighting also success stories, because there are a lot of success stories happening now that didn't have any kind of proper investment or enough investment, but they have started being successful where they could come and add on to all of this. Also, like, as I said before, like incentives, probably providing tax breaks, investing in different types of startups, probably like going to private sector initiatives, which could be definitely, which is the best way to approach all of this. And at the same time, maybe creating the proper networking events, like providing different people to come and tell their stories. And when an angel investor is there, we need to give them public recognition. I think angel investors have been investing with us for a very long time and nobody is getting the proper recognition. Some are definitely, but not each and everyone, or probably not getting the proper recognition in terms of the support they have been providing and how enough, let's say, awards or media coverage or public acknowledgements, I don't know, maybe just like to validate what they have been doing, encouraging them to keep on doing all of this so that we can like properly, if you want, and encouraging them and others also to actually invest.
Thank you very much, everyone, for listening, and I'll see you on the next chat.